Less than a year ago, I was sat in an office. Today, I'm sat in a Lamborghini. I'm joined by my friend Jonny Bradley today, and I'm going to be telling a story about how 3 years ago we used to work together and how he shifted my focus away from the 9 till 5 and onto entrepreneurship. So, first things first, before we get into the video, I'm going to show you some clips of this beautiful machine. But like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and let's get started with this video. Guys, bear with us, I'm cutting like the top of my head off because it is not easy fitting a gorilla pod into a Lamborghini. They're not built for this, they are built for the drive. So yeah, I wanted to make this video today to tell you a story about when I actually used to work with Jonny. We've actually worked in 2 9 till 5 jobs together. Jonny, if you don't already know him, I'm sure you do, is an Amazon FBA expert guru, whatever you want to call him. Go check out his channel. There'll be a link down in the description for those of you interested. But we used to work together in a 9 till 5. We used to actually have 2 jobs. The first was in the Apple store selling Apple Macs, and the second was in a cold call centre, which for those of you guys will know, that is where I gained the most of my experience, my sales experience, which has led me to making my courses and teaching people how they can sell their service, and which is really kind of giving me the lift on starting my own agency and how I built it up so quickly. And the reason I wanted to make this video today was to tell you a story about how kind of Jonny made the leap into entrepreneurship before I did, and how I fell into a little bit of a trap of procrastination, which I'm sure those of you guys watching this who are still in your 9 till 5 will understand. That feeling when you're kind of sat in an office and you're complaining to your friends every single day about how you want to get out of your job. Me and John we
did that a lot.
We did. We used to sit there, we used to come in, we used to start work at 6 AM and we'd sit down and we'd be grumpy and we'd just be like, oh, I hate this job. You'd slag off your boss and you'd be talking about other people in the office.
And he was sitting behind you as well.
Yeah, he was sitting right behind me, and we used to just be miserable and just complaining about our jobs and not really doing an awful lot about it, to be honest.
But it wasn't about, because you were there for longer, you were earning good money.
Yeah,
you're like the best salesperson.
Yeah,
like in the company. So it's not about the money, it was about the job.
Yeah. It was about being trapped. Yeah, I was earning good money there. I was good at sales. I've been good at sales since day one, but it was being trapped. It was being under someone else's control. When you have ideas, when you got fresh new ideas, I'm sure you guys will understand this. When you work for a company and you think, I think that we could do this better. I think that we could tweak this better. Maybe if we'd tried this with our sales technique, we'd be getting better results company-wide. And you get frowned upon because you're boss, and you just feel very, very restricted. And I think that's how I always felt in my 9 till 5. I was very restricted by my time. I was very restricted by my knowledge, and I felt I had so much more to give. I think we both could agree with that. And yeah, I mean, Jonny one day just had enough, and actually to begin with he was like, right, I want more money, I want a better, higher paying job. So Jonny left me in my sorry state, and
they didn't want to leave me. They didn't want to let me go as well.
No.
They were like, don't go.
No, please don't go.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. So he left, and he actually moved down to London, because we always thought, do you know what, if you're going to get a good job, you're going to get a high paying job, you need to go down to London. Everyone needs to be in London. So Jonny got a good paying job, and it was good money. Like, I remember.
Mate, the thing is though, that was genuinely my thought of, if I want to be successful and I want to make money, I need to work in London.
Yeah.
Like, now I look back at that and it's so like,
so such a flawed thought.
It's so flawed and it's so wrong, but I'd been conditioned to think that was what you had to do.
I always did. Ever since I was a young age, I thought I need to work hard, move out, because well, not Jonny doesn't now, he lives near London again, but I live in an area called Norwich. It's a city in Norfolk in the UK, and it's a small city. It's like a 200,000 person population or something. So, God, again, the Joby is playing up on us. No, so it's a small population city. So I always thought that you need to kind of grow up, you need to get a good job, and then move down to London, and that's how I'm going to get rich, that's how I'm going to drive a Lamborghini, and how I'm going to be able to provide my family, travel the world, whatever you want to do. But that wasn't the case. Jonny got this job. It was a really high paying job, but he was still miserable. He was still miserable because he was confined within those 4 walls. He had bosses which were telling him what to do, and his mind spanned further than that. So
it was like, I'm sure a lot of people do this, particularly in the cold calling place, like situations or jobs. call stats. We had this in our job. How many calls you got to make a day? How much time you've got to be on the phone for? Like, and all that sort of stuff. You're literally just a number in a cog in a machine, and it just feels so horrible.
Yeah.
And it was every single day. It was just bringing me down and down. And my morale was getting. My life was getting really not pleasurable anymore.
No. And you kind of watch all these sales figures you're put up on a wall, and yes, you're only like 10%. You're thinking that's nice, like a couple of £1,000 on commission, but then you're making the boss like 100,000, and it all just doesn't add up in your head, and you just get fed up. And one day Johnny just texts me. He was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm quitting my job tomorrow." I was like, "What? What are you going to do?" And he's like, "I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and I'm going to start Amazon FBA." Well, I've already started Amazon FBA. When I'm going to run a YouTube documenting my journey, I thought, how on earth are you going to make money from Amazon? How on earth are you going to make money from YouTube videos? How are you going to do this? And to be honest with you, I was sceptical. I mean, Johnny was one of my really good friends, but I thought, you're risking a lot right now. You're risking a lot by quitting a high-paying job to move over to make fucking YouTube videos and sell stuff on Amazon. And boy, did he show me wrong. Boy, did he prove me wrong. Because within a couple of months, I mean, he was making like double what I was in my 9 to 5, and I had a high-paying job. I was getting paid like between £40,000 and £50,000 a year at this point, and he was earning double that within a couple of months. And I would call up Johnny every single day, and I'd say, hey mate, how are you getting on? I'm really fed up with my job. And I'd do the same thing. I'd complain every day about my job. I was just so miserable and caught up in this state of procrastinating on, I need to do something more, I need to start my own business, but also I didn't want to take action. I was scared to take action just because of my own self-belief.
It's a scary thing to do. Going entrepreneurship is a very there's a lot of solitude. There's what am I trying to say? Like, you have to do it alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no one to back you up.
No, there's no support network.
There's no support network, and it's a scary thing to do if you've never done it before.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was very doubtful of my own capability to start an online business and make a success of it. And yes, I'd seen people like Johnny, like my friends. It was right in front of my nose that people were being successful. But even still, seeing it right in front of me, watching YouTube videos like you are right now. If you're stuck in a job, you're watching this video, you see two successful people without blowing their own trumpets, who are doing well, but you still in a 9 till 5 because your set of limiting self-beliefs are still there, that you're doubting yourself that you can make a personal success of whatever online business you want to move into. And that's the state that I was in back then. And then one day I called up Johnny, and I was doing the same thing, the same cycle. Oh, you never guess what such and such said today. Oh, this happened at work, And he was like, Jordan, I've had enough. I've had enough of these phone calls. Just take action. Do something about your life. Stop complaining about how shit your work life is, and actually quit your job and do something. And so that triggered a thought in my mind. I thought that I moved away from blaming everyone else and blaming the business and blaming everything else as to why I wasn't successful and in the state that I wanted to be, and I turned the attention over to myself, and I had a talk with myself and said, do you know what, he's right. I am not taking action. The reason why I'm not successful, the reason why I don't own my own business, is because I am scared to take that leap. And I literally, the day afterwards, I was looking into online business models, weren't we? We were looking into business models which would suit my personality, which I was interested in.
You came to me like Amazon, I was like, Amazon's not the thing for you.
No.
The thing for you is social media marketing, because you're shit hot at sales.
Yeah.
So I knew you could just land clients. All day.
Exactly. And so I looked into it overnight, and what I did was, I didn't have the expert knowledge of actually how to do social media marketing and run Facebook adverts and drive traffic and revenue to companies, but I did have the sales knowledge. So what I did was I invested in a social media marketing course, and I just taught myself. I immersed myself so tirelessly into it, just 24/7 for a couple of weeks. And within 2 weeks, I'd quit my full-time job. I'd signed up 2 clients, as you guys will know, worth over £2,000 a month. And that all happened within 2 weeks of having that phone call. And I think that was the pivotal point of my life, and kind of what brings me onto this point now. Obviously, as you guys will know who have followed my journey from the start, if you haven't, I started up my agency and documented it from day one. You can go back on all of my videos. I literally had, I think I had 1 client when I made my first YouTube video, and I've just built it up as of then and built up my personal brand, launched my coaching programs and mentorship. We now have over 80 students enrolled in the course. Over 5 of them have quit their 9 till 5, which is is amazing. And I just call out to those of you who are watching this, who are still in your 9 till 5, who are in that position that I was, because honestly, I am the most transparent social media marketer out there. Like, I will claim that, because I am humble enough to sit here and say that I was stuck in your position, I was stuck in a 9 till 5, and I was procrastinating myself, but I needed someone like Jonny to say to me, just get a grip and take control of your life and take action. And that is what it took for me to take that step, and that's what I'm doing to you right now. If you're watching this, you need to take action and take control of your life and take responsibility for the position that you are in at the moment in your 9 till 5. And I mean, we are currently sitting in a Lamborghini Huracan, okay? Now, granted, we don't own it. Jonny doesn't own it yet. We've hired it, or Jonny's hired it for 4 days, and last 2 days...
But to be fair, hiring it for 4 days was more in terms of the cost than a whole month of working.
The cost to hire this was like twice my salary. Like, it was like twice my salary in my job, and like the fuel alone, it's like a £10,000 deposit. Like, this is not, like, the average person cannot do this.
Yeah, there's no way that this would be on the cards if I was working, like, probably ever. But the thing is that, just about, you know, what you just said then, the big thing that held me back and probably held you back is you're looking too far in the future. Like, you were concerned with, how do I get results from my clients? I'm like, just don't worry about it. Figure it out when you get to that point. Get a client first. Once you've got a client, figure out how the hell you're going to do it, and learn. And then I know you did like coaching with like ads experts and stuff like that.
Yes, I did.
But don't worry about 5 steps from now. Worry about step 1, right, of learning what you need to learn. Right, so learn the knowledge. If you're not good at sales, then you need to know sales is the most important thing in any business. Right, learn how to cold call. Pick up the phone. Not just learn how. Pick up the phone and actually physically call someone, rather than thinking about doing it or saying, I'm going to do it on Monday, I'm going to do it on Tuesday, I'm going to do it on Wednesday. Oh, I need this before I can do it. I need to be able to practice first. I need to be able to just pick up the bloody phone. If you fuck it up, no one's going to care. Just hang up and don't call them. Or just call them back like the next day and speak to someone else. Like, we did this so many times within, you know, when we were working in the call centre. When you just call people every day, just wait until they answer.
Smash
if they pick up,
phones.
you pick up and you speak to the receptionist. They kind of palm you off. You just call them up again. And you just call them up at a different time. You just keep bloody calling them. Me again. Hello, how you doing? Okay, bye. And just keep doing it until you get through. You have to take action. The more, it's like a law of averages. The more you do it, you're going to have a success rate. So, and the better you get as you do it. But don't worry about, how am I going to automate my business? How am I going to get results for clients? Just focus on getting a client. Focus on doing that first step. If you're not doing social media marketing, you're doing something else, pick the first step and worry about that. Once you've got to the first step, worry about the second step.
It's like building a snowman. It's like a big snowball. Once you get that ball rolling, once you actually just take that first step, it's going to build up so quickly. Like, I mean, I'm testament of that. I launched my business in December 2017. Less than a year ago, I now own multiple 6-figure businesses, and I live a life of freedom. I work like 2 days a week at the moment, and I just like network the rest of it, just have business meetings with people and work out ways that I can expand my my financial level, new businesses that I'm going to be growing. That's what I want to get to. So yeah, I mean, it can just grow so quickly once you take that first step. But it's so important that you do take that first step. You do start learning about these businesses, which is why I launched products like my course, because my course literally teaches everything you need to know. And I'm not making this video just to plug my course, but I took like 3 courses when I first started. I paid thousands of pounds on mentorship, and if I just had one product which I could get, which would teach me absolutely everything I would need to know to take action, if you still are not taking action after you learn like all the content in my course, then the problem is down to you. The problem is down to your limiting self-beliefs. It's down to the same problems that I had when I first started, before I could make that final jump to actually quit my job and take action on it. And I think that what I'm trying to get at is, if you're sat in an office right now, if you are at home or you have a 9 till 5, you're stuck in college and you're studying for a subject that you know you have no interest in, and you're worried about what's going to happen, what happens if I quit my job and I'm not successful. Like, there are ways around this. I think you just need to take action, and you just need to take control of your life and hold yourself accountable for the fact that it's you holding yourself back at the moment. It's only you stopping yourself from making that first step. And I I had that realisation when Jonny said to me, like, I've had enough, and I think you need to have that realisation now. If you're not in a position that you want to be in at the moment, then you are responsible for that, and it is your responsibility to take the first step. Reach out to someone like me, send me a message. I respond to absolutely everybody, and yeah, just take action. Start your own business, and you can pratten around in a Lambo all day. I mean, like, even when I look around now, I mean, everyone, this car is a head turner, and like, give it 12 months.
Maybe it's me though. It could be me.
Give it 12 months, and we will have this. Like, no doubt about it. At the current growth rate that we're both going at, we will have Lamborghinis in 12 months' time, and I'll be doing this video again, and we'll own them. And there's no doubt about that. And all of that has become possible by the fact that I took action back in December last year. So yeah,
I think the taking out is universal. I had the same realization in a different way to you. My realization was I was on holiday, and I was like, this cannot be life. Where I'm like, I'm dreading going back after the holiday. I'm sure most people have it. Everyone has a different realization, but you need to have that. You need to have that epiphany where you're like, right, the only person that's going to make this work is me. So if you haven't had the epiphany yet, bloody have it. Have it. And if you've already had it and you're not doing anything, then you got no one to blame. You got literally no one. If you haven't had the epiphany, sometimes it's a bit hard, but you need to get to that point as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna end it here, guys. I'm gonna try and throw some more motor shots up for you, because I'm sure that's the only reason you actually clicked on this video in the first place. But I hope you have had a realization now, and yeah, I'm gonna get back to you guys on Monday or Tuesday with another juicy video. So if you did get value from this, and if you do know someone who is in your position at the moment, who is in the same position where they're stuck in a rut, send this message to them, do them a favour, and let them realise what they need to do to take the next step in their life. So that's the end of this video. Do you want to give her a little...
Should we start it up?
Let's give her a little fire up. What a car. And yeah, guys, we will be back again, well, I will be back again at the start of next week. Make sure you subscribe with your 10 notification bells turned on. See you then, guys.
See ya.